This is Rob with Stretch Therapy Vancouver. I specialize in the treatment of muscle imbalances. Now, if you've done my classes, you know that we have two types of imbalances. We have a tightness imbalance and a weakness imbalance. And the fact that if one muscle is tight, it causes the opposite muscle to be weak, and it puts a lot of tension on that joint. So the key for long-term success that my clients get is we stretch the tight muscle and strengthen the lax muscle, the weaker muscle. So that way our joints are balanced. Today we're going to talk about our knee joint. This muscle behind the knee, the hamstring, bends the knee. The opposite muscle, the quadricep, extends the knee, it straightens the knee. And I find a lot of my clients that come in with knee issues, almost all of them have this issue. In fact, they can't even extend the knee. They're usually kind of locked into this position. So just demonstrate that the hamstrings are interfering, causing that reciprocal inhibition of the quadriceps, and we can't fully extend. If we can't fully extend the quadriceps, not all that tension moves down to the ACL, and then they'll need ACL surgery. So let's stop that cycle of suffering. So we are going to stretch the hamstrings and then also strengthen the quadriceps. Now we have to be very smart on how we strengthen the quadriceps. We don't want to put more tension on the joint itself. We want to focus on just the muscle. So we're going to get started with stretching the hamstrings. First, we always want to stretch when we're warm. So ideally, after a workout or a run is best for you. We're going to start off with a kneeling position for our hamstrings. Now, you need something soft to kneel on. I just have a little towel here, but if you have a yoga mat, yoga blocks, a towel, it will help. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring it on down, shoot something that's soft to kneel on, and we need some wall space as well. So we're going to go other foot forward. So we're stretching this front leg. So in this case, it could be my left leg. We want the shoulder over the hip, over the knee. We don't want this either knee forward or behind. And we want the knee in extension, just like I was talking about. We don't want to lock the leg up like a flamingo. So especially if you do have knee stability issues, you might hyperextend the knee. So we want to find that sweet spot. Now, if the knee is really bent, because of that issue with the hamstring not wanting to lengthen, you can slide the foot out. So get to a point where you get that soft knee position. If this is easy for you, bring the foot in. Now, the techniques of P and F stretching are only meant to be practiced twice a week, and that's that contract and relax technique. Now, you're welcome to stretch more often, practicing a hold relax technique, just holding this position, focusing on the circular breathing. And we're holding on to something for balance because our hip flexor on the opposite side wants to pull you down. So you can adjust that foot position. Out is easier, in is more intense. And we're trying to get our heels close to the wall as we can. We don't want other than that tippy toe position, getting the heels close to the wall because we're stretching out the calf. That calf can also, tight calves can also cause that reciprocal inhibition as well. We're walking the hand down to make it more intense, walk the hands up to make it less intense. Now, to trigger the stretch reflex for the muscles behind the knee to lengthen, need to do about a 6-second isometric contraction. We're just going to lightly push the leg, the heel down to the floor. After contraction, we're going to breathe out. When we have about a 10-second window, we can adjust deeper into that position. So let's practice that together. We're done our hold relax. Let's practice the contract relax. Let's lightly push that front heel down as light as you can as we breathe. I'm going to count you down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No more pressing down. We're breathing out. As we breathe out, we can walk the hands down if you like. Now you're welcome to repeat that process 2 or 3 or 4 times. But for time's sake for this video, I'm just going to do the one contraction. We can walk the hands on up, and then we're going to switch it up other side. So go other knee down to something that's soft and cozy. Other foot forward. Front knee in extension, mean front leg straight. The hamstrings forcing the knee to bend. Slide that foot out to make it easier. As you progress over time, slide that foot in and across the body. We want our hips square to the wall. We don't want to be rotated away from that front foot. So you can walk the hands towards the front foot and walk the hands down. First goal, rest the hands to the big toe, then the ankle, and then to the floor on the inside the heel. We don't want the hands way out here. Ideally, we want a 90-degree angle at the hip. We're holding onto the wall, hold onto your front knee. Again, these hip flexors want to pull us down. Right now, I'm demonstrating and practice the hold relax technique. You can practice this daily if you like. After workout, after a walk, when you're nice and warm. I'm just breathing normally. Now, to remind you of the contractions, to inhibit those muscles, those tight muscles behind the knee, we're going to keep the front leg straight and lightly push that leg down. So go ahead, you're welcome to practice if you like with me, pushing that front heel down continuously as I count you down nice and lightly from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No more pressing down. We're breathing out. As we breathe out, we can walk the hands on down. Now we're switching one side at a time to also determine if one side's tighter than the other. If one side is tighter than the other, that's okay. You can start with the tight side, switch to the other side. You can come back to that tight side. And again, I would recommend practicing a few more contractions. But for time's sake, we will disengage. We're going to stand up, we're going to walk around and see how that feels. We want to stimulate those proprioceptors in our feet, the unconscious motor sensors that cross every joint in our body. We have lots of joints in our feet. And also, with 16 layers in our skin as well. That's why when we actually grab a hot pen, right away the muscle in our hand relaxes. Okay, so once you're done stretching both sides, now we're going to strengthen these muscles above the knee. But if you already have some knee instability issues, we don't want to just bend the knee. You don't want to be doing a heavy squat. We're going to keep the knee in neutral. So we're going to have a seat on the floor. We're going to bring our hands back so we're stable. And we're going to use gravity as resistance. So I'm just going to bring the leg up. Now my quadriceps are engaged to resist gravity. I'm just going to go up, exhale. So keep the heel off the ground once you engage. We need to build that muscle endurance as well. Good. When we're done, we can bring that down. See how the other side feels. Other heel off the ground. We're using gravity's resistance. We're just going up and down in a controlled manner. Up, exhale. At the hardest part of any exercise when we breathe out. So it's for this exercise. Now, listen to your body. If you've never done this before, maybe you're starting with 8 reps. Well, that's easy. Do 10 reps, do 12 reps. I've been doing these for quite a while, so I'm comfortable with 20 reps. And then we go back to the other side, that first side rest. So we can do that again. Up, exhale in a slow, controlled manner. Get in the appropriate rep range for you. Now, we do want to practice the principle of progressive overload, baby steps. So maybe you're starting off with 8 reps per side, going to the other side. We do 3 sets of those, and maybe in a couple days you come back to this, and this is easier. Well, you're going to do 10 reps per side for 3 sets, alternating back and forward. And maybe next time it's even easier. So you're going to do 12 reps per side. And you keep on going. From there, maybe it gets easier. You do 15 reps, you do 20 reps, or maybe it's just one of those days. It's not going to happen. That's okay. Go back. Don't force it. Don't force it. Listen to our body. Our body is always speaking to us. Often we're very distracted. We don't listen until it's too late. So something does happen. We got to think about, okay, what are we trying to learn from this experience? I'm going to finish off one more time on that other side. There is a progression to these exercises. This is the easiest one, our level 1 to get you started. If you ever have any questions, I do one-on-one in South Surrey and Vancouver, and I have stretch therapy classes to help you at Kitsilano Community Center, Britannia Community Center, and I have my own class in Yaletown on Sundays. Have a great day.